What's up guys, Kevin Cage here. Be sure to check the video links in the description and let's get right into it. This is a must see. So first things first, shared by XRP Crypto Wolf and Cointelegraph, US comptroller of the currency Brian Brooks, formerly at Coinbase, as we know, and he's in charge of the US banking system. Safe to say the crypto assets that will follow regulations are here to stay. Doesn't take a genius to assume that, and will be decided by people and the markets, at least the future of crypto assets as a whole, and not the government. And he goes on to say, the government is great at setting up regulatory frameworks, but not building products. Well, the US government better step up because, yeah, they're great at creating rules, but they're not great at creating clarity within those rules, as we know. And Ripple kind of playing, perhaps it is a bluff, to each their own. I think that if they did move out of the United States, there could be a lot of pros and potentially cons towards the US market as well. All right, next, Matthew Liny. This is going to tie all together for a lot of things that I want to talk about with tips and target too, so please pay close attention if you are new. Riksbank, Sweden's central bank, is partnered with R3. Yes, we know R3 has a lot of the same board members as Swift. They also have Corda Settler, able to settle via XRP. Notice R3 is working with Accenture, one of Ripple's original investors, also involved in the digital dollar project, and also with Christopher Giancarlo, as we know the connections there. We'll be working with the ECB for cross-border payments. So now the entire European Central Bank is working with Riksbank, however you pronounce it, for cross-border payments. Now we'll speed through this. The ECB to test instant cross-currency payments via Target. Okay, and we'll talk about Target in one moment. And remember, Target is Target Instant Payment Settlement. Settlement is the key word. Support payment transactions across different currencies. Right here, Riksbank and the ECB to explore cross-currency instant payments, okay, on and on and on, and this was just in October. Swedish Central Bank to test launch e-krona on R3's Corda. So this is actually going to be on Corda. Next, and that's the CBDC, Sweden's central bank to partner with Accenture. Now we'll keep going here. Remember, Target, as we know, with Task Group right here, as you can see, at the heart. So Task Network Gateway, or Task Group, TAS, if you want to type in TAS Group with Ripple, you'll find this document right away. At the heart of the European Target 2 and T2S, notice securities, RTGS, real-time gross settlement systems from the very start. Now, I highly recommend going through this. I know probably 95% of you have seen this. This is from 2015 with Task Group and Ripple side by side talking about this. Task Group, guys, is at the heart of the Euro system. So you tell me, why I am quite bullish that Ripple's been working with regulators and the infrastructure from the get-go, focusing on liquidity management and settlements. Also, on Task Group's website, as we know, taskgroup.eu, we know they have an owl. If you can't see it in the top left here, I just posted on Twitter. We know that Madame Christine Lagarde, formerly the director of the IMF and now the president of the entire ECB, funny enough, said that if she chose an animal, she would choose the owl because it is wise, it has all-seeing eyes, things of that nature. Pretty interesting. Next, I wanted to share some commentary on Target services because we just covered them with tips, and Yeshua Taylor in the XRP community saying, tips, just like FedNow, have a network vendor agnostic system, meaning it does not care what company or network makes payments through as long as you meet the certain criteria within the messaging, the fee is below a threshold, etc. 2 years and counting, but you know how this ends. Remember, level playing field. We can see Target service. The ECB will explore whether and how tips could support cross-currency instant payments. We just showed that in the previous slide with Matthew sharing that. And I mean, just remember, it's all right in front of you. Vice versa, in the blink of an eye. Also makes me think of Blink, BLINC as well. Remember going over that in the past. All right, in other news, I am Legion sharing this. So we know that Ripple has essentially 10% equity or, shares of... Ripple has about 10% of MoneyGram, one of the second largest money service businesses in the game. Obviously utilized XRP in the past. MoneyGram announces 3-year extension to Walmart relationship. You guys can obviously connect whatever dots you want, just sharing that as well. Right here, Matthew Liny, Ripple tech integrator, fintech platform Temenos. And this is one that a lot of people often sleep on, so pay close attention here, to rapidly expand digital payment portfolio in the Middle East. So yeah, we talk about Finastra being RippleNet enabled. They have 9,000 partners right there. Well, now check this out. They have a partnership with IBM, and I want to go over this briefly. So fintech platform Temenos to rapidly expand digital payments portfolio in the Middle East. Guys, I could name like 5 things of us expanding into the Middle East right now. Even throughout, Africa as well. It is happening right in front of our eyes. This means something. There is definitely a big push across the globe for digitalization, the B2B sector, correspondent banking network, digital wallets, payments in particular. You know how this ends. It's going to end with DLT and at least opened and closed ecosystems being interconnected. And just like King Solomon says a lot, future proofing, cloud, API based, etc. All right, notice, and I didn't even say, look, literally cloud native, and then also, I think I said API somewhere, but all right. So we know Temenos. So what's the big deal with Temenos? Well, we remember in the past, their Temenos T24 stack, their integration for Ripple, and of course the BlueZal Altitude gateway is how they use it. All right. Obviously, this is something that all of you know, but feel free to check this out if you're a newcomer. And when we go on Temenos' website, we see 3,000 firms. So we know Finastra has 9,000, Temenos has 3,000. Guys, that is over 10,000 customers right there if you wanted to speculate and dot connect a little too much with Ripple. So it's much more than the 300, 400 direct customers that we know today. Interesting. And that is just some dot connecting. Take it with a giant grain of salt, but I'm just showing you how easy some of these groups can interoperate, including 41 of the top the world's top 50 banks. Finastra has the top 48, rely on Temenos to process the client interactions and daily transactions of more than 500 million banking customers. Notice, largest, most dynamic, so ever-changing, obviously versatile global community of banks, fintechs, wink wink, and partners, etc. Okay, we can see enabling banks, frictionless customer journey, wealth management. We can see liquidity management. We can see cloud native, and notice cloud agnostic keyword, and then API first digital banking and core banking. Words mean things, and then obviously, software overall just makes me think of RippleNet. And yes, there's going to be a variety of use cases. It's not just Ripple, but it's definitely not just Temenos. All right. Next, already shared this. Just wanted to share it on Twitter for any newcomers that wanted to do their own research. All right, we'll keep going here. Now, also, so this is on XRP right now, so thank you, sir, for sharing all this. So the new corridor alert, and I believe that Crypto Eddie did find this as well. This is about Thailand to the United Kingdom. So now we have another pair. Notice this company's valued right around 525 million Thai baht, and if you did translate that, that's approximately 16 million USD. So nothing crazy, but we are showing additional corridors. We know the remittance, we know the ODL needs, and it's always great to see things ramping up. I saw Wrath of Kahneman actually sharing something else as well, basically thinking that RippleNet has some new partners, like big groups, big banks in Egypt, based on them attending Swell in the past. And I don't think that's too crazy or too speculative by any means. I mean, it would only make sense that these groups are working. We already have some of the biggest banks in the world. Now, are they using XRP? No, not yet. And yet being the key word. All right. Something here as well. So BitCub has a video and they share all this if you want to check it out. And I'm sure you've seen Crypto Eddie cover this extensively. And so she does a phenomenal job. And I just want to show you this. BitCub makes public announcement moments ago. One of the most exciting projects is the RippleNet blockchain. Keep in mind, I mean, it's not necessarily blockchain. It's more of a, consensus ledger, distributed version of it. But remember, they use these words interchangeably. This project allows for Thai people to transfer and remit money, sending to and from home, from Thailand to the UK within 30 seconds. Fees are 0.05%. They have #1 market share in Thailand crypto. Awesome. And obviously remember the stats I showed you in the previous video regarding Mexico, Latin America, and cryptocurrency as well. This is speaking volumes. It almost makes me think of Bitso as well in Mexico. Very, very exciting. All right, so we'll keep going. Now, I want to cover this, so please pay attention. So Ripple's mission in action. We have all this rebranding. They go over RippleNet, RippleX, Ripple Swell, which is coming up next week, and Ripple Impact. So just to touch on a few points, I'm sure you guys are capable to read these articles. Power network drivers, financial solutions like payments and liquidity management that were only offered once by multinational banks without the cost and overhead of legacy systems. Now, the fintechs, the guys that actually have the arsenal and are a lot more dynamic and versatile, can do this as well. Talking about XRP, obviously, the goal, create liquidity, make it that universal asset for value exchange. There's going to be a variety of use cases, and you better believe that it is happening sooner than later. Right here, RippleX, so scaling blockchain technology integration. Formerly, it was Spring. I know many people call it X Spring. I just call it Spring because that's what the folks over at Ripple said it was pronounced, but to each their own. I know I mispronounce words all the time. So right here, so Spring, now it is called RippleX. So whenever I say RippleX, just understand I'm referring to Spring. Nothing's really changed except they're always broadening and expanding the ecosystem, are moving the needle to build trust, utility, and liquidity in the digital asset XRP. Now, this is exactly what Ripple's saying. This is what RippleX is saying. So yeah, I still think the XRP is, all is well. I don't understand fudsters that don't understand, but I mean, I guess I understand. I couldn't imagine where I'd be today if I didn't do research. Let's just say that. So we also have the new GM, Monica Long of Ripple X now, and I believe Ethan Beard is going to work on something else related to XRP. I'm not sure if they've announced it yet, but I'm looking forward to hear what he is referring to. And then also talking about Ripple Impact, formerly called Ripple for Good, also working with the UBRI initiative. This is the University Blockchain Research Initiative, so an extension of Ripple's products and services, etc. Their solutions initiatives are helping transform how vulnerable populations, remitters, people sending money to home or from home, and small businesses worldwide send and receive money across borders. Now, this is the last thing I wanted to touch on in this article, and it is right. So let's see. Right here. So essentially, guys, all in all, Ripple and all of these initiatives are focusing on, removing friction in the payments ecosystem, this broken financial system, as we can see, for the large purpose of financially strengthening the lives of millions of underbanked people. We know that's what unbanked is like. Unbanked or underbanked. One is like 1.7 billion people. In total, it's greater than 3 billion. That is insane. That is not only demand, but that is a lot of opportunity and a lot of money. And, this would be regarding, global ID, all of these initiatives. Right? So around the globe, by removing the barriers to economic equality and technical innovation. And I say this all the time, if DLT does not offer financial inclusion, we have lost in this transfer of wealth. And that's my belief. Now, I want to cover this as well. So we have a new RippleNet partner as well. I can't keep up with this week. It's just crazy. Lemonway leverages RippleNet to unlock faster euro-to-euro payments. Interesting. So right there, RippleNet is demonstrating that they can already show and at least save even when it is not direct currencies, euro-to-euro payments. Now, this might not be directly XRP, but I want to show you something interesting. So through RippleNet, Lemonway is now connected to Neum and we talk about Neum. We talked about their expansion as well throughout a variety of regions to transform its international payments, and significantly decrease payout times for its customers. Remember what we talked about with Visa. With DLT enabling money to move faster, everything can change. Accounts payable changes. The whole system is going to get could explore or experience a Cambrian explosion. Right here, more than 1,400 European marketplaces, including 200 crowdfunding platforms, rely on Lemonway's robust payment processing and management solution. Right? Notice increased transaction volumes across hundreds of merchants at scale comes with challenges, particularly the long processing times of traditional cross-border payment services. Yes, and this is exactly where Ripple can enable and specifically disrupt this market in a very positive way. Right here, Lemonway can improve its euro-to-euro payment corridors and can expand to other currencies and corridors in the future, helping them truly scale and grow. Sign of the times, all right? Last but not least, just to get some metrics, marketplaces generate an estimated $6 to $8 trillion per year in global payment volume, growing at 10% per year. For any of you that are not bullish in crypto assets, I do not get it. If you look at the compound, annual growth rate of e-commerce, cross-border payments, remittance, all of this, it is staring at you dead in the face. When you invest in uncertain times, that is where the opportunity lies. There's also risk, but I am ready to hold for the long term because I've never seen more acquisitions, more evidence of this. Like literally every trend is pointing towards digitalization, improvements of efficiencies of payments. And when you own XRP and a variety of other assets that are competing to win in this race, because there's going to be many that win because there's a whole lot of friction and there's some use cases that have not even been discovered yet. This is just like the biggest opportunity of a lifetime, and this is why I'm making daily videos, or at least when I can, on this topic. And I can't wait for, YouTubers, bloggers, you guys in the community, or even just investors. It's going to be so cool looking back because we're literally going to go, I knew this, this happened, this didn't happen. And it's almost like we are scrapbooking, history in the making. All right. So just talking about this, Ripple, talking about that, all corners of the globe, blah, 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 blah. And it's unacceptable that payments can take up to a week to arrive at their destination. Yeah, come on, guys. Internet of Information data that's passed. Wait until Internet of Value completely frees a bunch of capital, creates new revenue models altogether, and you are owning portions of the protocol that all of this runs on, meaning the crypto assets. finite supply ideally. If the tokenomics make sense for that specific crypto, the sky is the freaking limit. All right, let's keep going. Arturo Portilla. So regarding this, he used to be the owner of XRP Center, that huge page on Twitter before it got deleted. And this is a very interesting partnership for the following reasons. So Lemonway is the first marketplace payment aggregator to join RippleNet. Interesting, which shows that the tech is not only useful for banks and MTOs, money transfer organizations. Yes, very, very telling if you guys want to check this out. Obviously, I love this type of speculation. Just going off of what you know, you guys can get upset by dot connecting, but this dot connecting at the end of the day, whether right or wrong, is going to make a lot of people money as well. All right. And Stuart XRP, so this is XRP_Stuart. He was sharing this. So with the matchmaking organization, just pointing out exactly what's said in that Ripple article and noticing receivers, Nyum, and then we have these senders, Lemonway, excuse me. I almost said lemongrass. All right, so all right in front of you. Next, HSBC. We know Chris Larsen was or currently still is on the board of HSBC, one of the biggest banks in the world. They are excited to announce the world's first decentralized digital trade finance platform using blockchain tech. Excuse me, has gone live this week to coincide with Sibos. Obviously, Sibos, I almost said Swell. Sibos is Swift's annual event. Yes, we have all these groups there, and it's talking about R3 with Contour, and yes, utilizing Corda, and we know the connections of Corda with many other groups. And bottom line is this. Whether it uses XRP or not, I don't care. This is showing DLT adoption. This is showing infrastructure being changed at the foundational layer. This is good for crypto assets as a whole, because I believe they still will be connected and leveraging open source projects, such as the XRP ledger as a whole. All right. People just don't get it when they brush this type of news off and they think it has nothing to do with that. All digitization, all updates in banking and infrastructure and payments is going to have a ripple effect on others. Everything's connected. Next, and we'll just finish up with this. So XRP Crypto Wolf, $9 trillion in stimulus injections. The Fed's 2020 pump eclipses 2 centuries of US dollar creation and printing. In 2020 alone, the year of the digital asset, I'm still waiting on that, the US has created 22% of all US dollar issued since the birth of the nation. Save yourself from inflation with crypto assets, maybe hedge your bet with precious metals, do your own research, decide, know the risks, but I'm telling you one thing, if you do not have crypto assets and at least some precious metals in your portfolio, what the heck are you doing? Honestly, if you are just only in, stocks right now, it's a dangerous game to be playing. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed. It's a long video. I'm out of breath, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.